Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a market that might sound, well, incredibly niche, but actually it's booming and fundamentally shaping our physical world.
Right.
We're talking about the global 3D design software market.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission for this deep dive is really to unpack the sheer scale and the rapid growth of this market.
And where's the money going?
Exactly. Pinpoint where the major investment and innovation are flowing and highlight the fastest growing areas. And we're basing this all on the latest projections from a pretty comprehensive report by Cognitive Market Research. It covers 2021 right through to 2033.
And what's really compelling here, I think, isn't just the raw numbers themselves, but how they reveal an industry that's really on the cusp of an explosion.
Right.
We're talking about a digital design backbone, essentially, that's becoming indispensable across nearly every sector you can imagine.
Yeah.
And it translates these, seemingly abstract percentages into billions of dollars and, frankly, significant shifts in economic power.
Okay, all right, let's unpack this then with the big picture first. So this global 3D design software market, it was already a powerhouse, right? Generating close to, what, $9 billion in revenue back in 2021?
That's right. ATAN, $952.85 million, to be precise.
Almost $9 billion. But here's the ticker. It's projected to nearly double,
Mm-hmm.
rocketing past $18.7 billion by 2033. That's huge.
It is. We're looking at $777.1 million.
And that's powered by a really solid compound annual growth rate, the CAGR, of over 6.3%.
6.367%, yeah.
Essentially, this market is, well, putting the pedal to the metal. It's expanding at a pretty remarkable pace for, like, over a decade.
And that kind of sustained, robust growth, it really begs the question, what's specifically fueling it? It's not just a general tech uptick, I don't think.
Right. What's behind it?
Well, if we connect this to let's say, the bigger picture, it's really about the increasing complexity of, well, everything, product development infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a fundamental shift towards things like digital twins, advanced manufacturing, simulation tools. This isn't just software anymore. It's kind of the engine for the next generation of industrial innovation.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so with that incredible overall growth, where, like, within the 3D design ecosystem itself, is that money concentrating? And, what types of solutions are really accelerating?
Yeah, good question. The report, it highlights a significant surge in demand for, like, parametric design software,
Okay.
which is crucial for complex engineering, product development, think automotive, aerospace, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
We're also seeing immense growth in advanced visualization tools. Yeah. That's essential for fields like architecture, urban planning, even film production.
Right, making things look real.
Exactly. And beyond just specific software types, the overarching trend, and this is a big one, is a strong shift towards cloud-based solutions.
Ah, the cloud, of course.
Yeah. It just makes these powerful tools way more accessible and collaborative. And that acts as a massive accelerator for global adoption,
Fascinating how the underlying tech enables so much more. Okay, now let's zoom in a bit. Where is this growth most explosive geographically? Maybe start with North America?
Sure. North America, it was a major player in 2021, absolutely. Generated $351.4 million.
The $3 billion.
Yeah, and it's set to basically double its market size by 2033.
Yeah.
We're talking over $6.3 billion.
Wow, 627.87 million.
With a CAGR of nearly 6%, 5.981% to be exact.
And within North America, the U.S. is obviously the big one.
Yeah, the United States, as you'd expect, it dominates the landscape. It's projected to surpass $5.1 billion by 2033. That's $500.26 million.
Right.
But what's genuinely surprising, maybe, or at least stands out, is Canada's performance.
It really does. I saw that. Canada's showing an impressive growth trajectory. It's actually outpacing the U.S. with a CAGR of nearly 7.7%.
7.679%. Yeah, it's strong. From $434 million to over $1 billion by 2033. $156.76 million.
What do you think is driving that in Canada?
Well, this surge is likely driven by its thriving animation and gaming industries. They use this stuff heavily.
Makes sense.
Plus, there's a strong push in innovative tech startups, leveraging 3D design for rapid prototyping, digital content creation.
Right. And Mexico's in there too.
Yep. Mexico shows consistent, solid gains. About $100 million in 2021, heading towards $170 million. A CAGR of just over 4%. So, yeah, very strong regional outlook overall for North America.
Okay, moving across the Atlantic then, Europe. How's it looking there?
Europe's market is also projected to essentially double. growing from about $2.5 billion in 2021
$260.51 million.
to over $5 billion by 2033, 569.81 million, with a CGR close to 5.9%, 5.858%.
Pretty similar to North America's overall rate then.
Very similar, yeah. But what's particularly interesting here is the varied but strong momentum across the continent. It's not uniform.
Absolutely. I noticed that. While the, major economies like the UK, Germany, France, they show steady, significant growth.
hmm Germany heading towards nearly $1 billion itself. France over $750 million.
Yeah, solid numbers, but it's some of the southern and eastern European nations that are really surging. Italy, for instance.
Right. Italy's seeing truly significant momentum, growing at over 6.4% CAGR.
That's pretty high. Why Italy specifically?
Well, it's likely driven by its traditional strengths. Fashion, furniture, automotive design industries. They all rely heavily on advanced visualization and prototyping.
Ah, okay. Design heritage going digital.
Exactly. And then further east, Russia also stands out. A strong CAGR there, nearly 7%, 6.912%.
Okay. What's driving that?
It probably signals substantial investment in new infrastructure projects,
Mhm.
maybe modernizing its manufacturing capabilities.
Interesting. And Spain.
Spain also shows robust growth, 6.755% CAGR. And then you've got Switzerland, Luxembourg, the rest of Europe, all signaling this kind of continent-wide embrace of these design technologies for both industrial and creative applications.
Okay, so strong growth pretty much everywhere, but some standouts. Now, if we're talking pure growth engines, the fastest overall rate, we have to talk about Asia Pacific, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. This region stands out as the global leader in terms of growth rate, no question.
So valued at over $2.1 billion in 2021.
$239.73 million.
It's expected to reach an impressive $4.9 billion by 2033.
$910.2 million, yeah.
Yeah.
Boasting a stellar CAGR of over 7.1%, 7.167%. That's the fastest regional average.
Wow. And within APAC.
Well, what's truly remarkable in Asia-Pacific is India.
India.
Yeah. I mean, China leads the region in overall market size, obviously.
Yeah.
It's heading to over $1.6 billion.
$630 million. Yeah, still big.
Huge. But India posts the highest growth rate of any country we've seen globally. Staggering CAGR of nearly 9%.
9%, 8.99%. That's incredible.
It really is. From about $333 million in 2021, soaring to nearly $940 million up by 2033, $937.8 million.
What's happening in India to cause that kind of explosion?
Well, it's not just one thing. It's not just general tech adoption. You've got India's booming IT services sector, right? Then there's the ambitious Make in India manufacturing initiatives.
Okay.
And just a massive young, digitally native population, all fueling this unprecedented demand for 3D design in, well, everything from product prototyping to film animation, infrastructure development, you name it.
It's an incredible acceleration. Really something to watch.
Definitely. And Japan and South Korea are also growing strong, 6.4%, 6.6% CGRs respectively.
So it felt very healthy.
Absolutely. And then you have Australia and Singapore reporting notable CGRs too.
Right.
Over 7.6% for Australia and almost 8% for Singapore.
So Singapore is growing really fast too, 7.93%.
Yeah, showing rapid adoption of advanced design tools across diverse industries there. And Taiwan, Southeast Asia, the rest of APAC. It's clear this entire region is undergoing a massive digital design transformation.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture...
Well, it just underscores the increasing demand for sophisticated visualization simulation tools in these, rapidly industrializing and highly tech-savvy economies. They're kind of leapfrogging traditional development cycles in some way.
Fascinating. Okay, let's shift focus again. South America. How does it fit in?
South America, yeah. Generated nearly $500 million back in 2021.
Okay.
$492.4 million.
Okay.
And is projected to more than double, rising to over $1.1 billion by 2033.
$1,107.85 million.
Representing a solid CGR of close to 7%, 6.991%.
So growing faster than North America and Europe overall.
That's right, yeah. Brazil contributes significantly to this regional expansion. It's projected to reach nearly $500 million itself by 2033, $483 million, with a 7% CGR.
Big player there.
Definitely. But Argentina and Colombia both show particularly strong growth, each growing at a high CGR of nearly 7.7%, 7.677%.
Okay, so some real hot spots there too.
Yeah, it suggests, rapid industrialization maybe, increasing investment in modern design practices across key economies on the continent. Peru, Chile, the rest of South America also show consistent growth. So it indicates broad adoption.
Got it. And what about the Middle East, often a region investing heavily in new tech?
Exactly. And this market is also expanding significantly, growing from about $268 million in 2021
$268.585 million?
to over $636 million by 2033, $636.5 million, marking a very healthy SAGR of over 7.4%, 7.442%.
Also outpacing North America and Europe then.
Yep. Here, Saudi Arabia is set to nearly triple its market size, hitting almost $195 million.
Wow.
But the UAE truly reports the highest growth rate in the region, over 8%, 8.1%.
The UAE leading the charge there. Why such strong growth?
Well, this robust growth in the Middle East, especially the UAE, seems directly linked to those massive infrastructure projects, like NEOM in Saudi, but also projects within the UAE.
The futuristic cities and developments.
Exactly. And their strategic push to diversify beyond oil, moving into tech, tourism, advanced manufacturing,
Yeah.
3D design software is absolutely indispensable for modeling these futuristic cities, entertainment hubs, everything.
Makes total sense. You can't build that stuff without designing it first.
Precisely. And Turkey, Egypt, Qatar are also contributing significantly. KRR is over 7% there, too. It's a regional surge.
Okay, finally, let's look at Africa. How's the picture there?
Africa. This market starts at just over $340 million in 2021. $340.2 million.
Okay, smaller base.
Smaller base, yeah. But it's forecasted to more than double to nearly $725 million by 2033. $724.795 million. That's a CAGR of over 6.3%.
6.349%.
So growing solidly around the global average rate.
Exactly. Nigeria leads the continent here, projected to reach nearly $300 million by 2033, $299.34 million.
Okay.
South Africa follows with a KGR of over 6.8%, so slightly faster growth there.
6.832%.
Right.
And the rest of Africa also shows steady development. This growth, well, it suggests the increasing adoption of digital tools as African economies continue to expand, modernize, and invest in their own infrastructure and creative industries.
Right. Building from the ground up in many cases.
Yeah, and needing the tools to do it efficiently.
So, stepping back and looking at all this.
If we connect this, to the bigger picture again.
Yeah.
This isn't just about, software sales figures.
No.
It's really about the accelerating digital transformation of industries worldwide. From the precision needed in manufacturing and the innovation in architecture to the immersive experiences we get in entertainment and even breakthroughs in healthcare. 3D design is just, it's foundational. It's driving innovation and efficiency right across the board.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second. What really stands out to me is that across every single region we looked at, every single one, we're seeing robust growth. Often, double-digit growth potential over the next decade or close to it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Consistent, strong growth everywhere.
It's a truly global phenomenon. It's far from niche, like we said at the start. And you can really see why this seemingly technical area is actually one of the most dynamic sectors to watch right now.
No doubt about it.
So what does this all mean for you, listening? As we wrap up this deep dive, here's maybe a provocative thought to leave you with.
Okay.
How might this sustained global growth in 3D design software fundamentally change not just how products are conceived and designed, but how they're actually experienced in your everyday life? Think about the buildings you inhabit, the cars you drive, the media you consume. How will that change over the next decade because of this?
Yeah, and what new possibilities does this open up for, like truly global collaboration and, boundary-pushing creativity, when these tools are everywhere and connected?
Exactly. Something to think about.
Welcome, everyone, to this deep dive. Today, we're jumping into the really fast-moving world of the 3D design software market.
It's definitely a hot topic.
Absolutely. And it's not just about making things look good anymore, is it? This whole industry is changing, fundamentally.
Right. It's driven by so much innovation, and you see it popping up in all sorts of different sectors now.
Exactly. So our goal today really is to unpack what's driving the growth, maybe some of the bumps in the road users are hitting, and also the really cool trends that are shaping things.
Yeah, the cutting edge stuff.
We want to give you some insights into how these tools are changing, basically how we imagine and design and even build the world around us.
It's a fascinating area, truly. And I think understanding what's happening in this market, it's pretty crucial if you want to get a handle on how tech is shaping things going forward.
You said it's a dynamic landscape.
Definitely fast-moving. Always something new.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Maybe let's start with what's driving this market forward. What are the big growth engines?
Well, one of the biggest you can't ignore it, is the demand coming from the AEC sector.
Architecture, engineering, construction. Right.
Exactly. As those big infrastructure projects get more and more complex, you just need better tools.
Tools that can handle things like real-time collaboration.
Yeah, and structural simulation, super high precision modeling, that kind of thing.
And the real benefit there is efficiency.
Yeah.
Less mistakes.
For sure. Enhanced project efficiency, fewer errors, definitely. But also just much better communication between everyone involved. Think about catching clashes virtually.
Ah, right. Before they happen on site.
Exactly. That saves huge amounts of money, avoids massive delays. It really improves how stakeholders connect.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. What else is pushing growth?
Another key driver is the rise of product customization and rapid prototyping, too.
Ah, so things like automotive, aerospace,
Precisely. Those industries, consumer goods too, they're always in a race to innovate.
and 3D tools speed that up.
Massively. They accelerate the whole development cycle. You can prototype really fast, deliver personalized solutions way quicker.
So getting products to market faster is the big win there.
It's critical. It dramatically cuts time to market. And it's not just speed, it's enabling that whole shift towards like mass customization, more bespoke products becoming possible.
Right, that's a huge shift. I can see that. And speaking of huge shifts, animation and gaming, that must be massive too.
Oh, explosive growth there. Absolutely. High-end 3D design software is, well, it's fundamental for that industry.
Creating the characters, the special effects.
Yeah, immersive characters, cinematic effects that just wow you, those huge virtual worlds. It all relies on this tech.
And the demand for that kind of content is just going up and up, isn't it?
Constantly surging. So studios, game developers, they're always investing in the next-gen 3D platforms.
Things with like real-time rendering, VR integration.
Exactly. All aimed at creating those really compelling interactive experiences people crave.
Okay, so there's a lot of positive momentum, but it's never that simple, is it? Here's where it gets really interesting. Because the journey isn't without its obstacles. What are the main hurdles people are facing?
That's right. Even dynamic markets have friction points. There are definitely some notable restraints we see.
Such as?
Well, first off, the significant cost, both for the software licenses themselves and for the training you need.
Ah, yeah. The top-tier stuff isn't cheap.
Not at all. It often has a really high price tag. And you can't just pick it up. You need pretty specialized, intensive training to get good at it.
And that creates a barrier.
It definitely limits adoption, especially for, say, small businesses, freelancers, and you see it particularly in developing markets where budgets and maybe technical resources are tighter.
So it's a double whammy, money and skills. Are there, like, open source options making much headway, or is it still dominated by the big players?
There are some open source tools, yeah, but the market is still heavily influenced by the big, expensive, proprietary solutions. It's tough competition.
Okay, and linked to cost, I guess, is the hardware needed.
That's the next big one. Dependency on advanced hardware.
You mean powerful computers.
Exactly. Most 3D design platforms, they really demand robust systems. You need high-end GPUs.
Graphics cards, yeah.
Right, those specialized processors for handling complex 3D graphics smoothly, plus loads of memory, RAM, and significant storage space.
So the software cost is just the start.
Pretty much. It really elevates the total cost of ownership. And that's a big hurdle for startups or smaller teams who might not have that kind of infrastructure budget up front.
That sounds like a serious barrier, especially if you're trying to scale up. And I imagine trying to connect these specialized tools with everything else a company uses.
Yeah.
That probably causes headaches too.
Oh, absolutely. That brings us to another major operational challenge: integration and interoperability issues.
Getting different systems to talk to each other.
Precisely. Enterprises often struggle trying to sync their 3D design tools with other critical systems. Things like PLM systems.
Product lifecycle management.
Yeah. Yeah, tracking the product cradle to grave. Or traditional CAD systems. Or BIM for construction projects.
And what are the common problems there? File formats.
Incompatible file formats are a big one. Also, just clashing workflows between the different software.
Which leads to
Major inefficiencies, frustrating version control nightmares, and often lots of time-consuming rework, especially when you've got multiple teams collaborating and you need that data to flow smoothly. It can really slow things down.
Okay, so what does this all mean? Despite these challenges, the market is seeing some truly exciting innovations and emerging trends that are changing the game. What's coming up?
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing solutions emerge that really address some of those pain points and point towards the future.
Like what?
Well, first, there's a really significant shift, and it's accelerating, towards cloud-based 3D design platforms.
Ah, running the software online, basically.
Essentially, yeah. And these tools are, they're revolutionizing collaboration. They let people access projects remotely. You get real-time updates, and you can tap into scalable computing power without needing that monster machine on your desk.
That sounds like a huge plus for flexibility.
It's a game changer,
Yeah.
especially for global teams or even independent creators. It just democratizes access to really powerful design tools that maybe were out of reach before.
That makes total sense. More freedom, wider reach.
Sure.
Okay, what else? AI must be involved somehow.
Oh, absolutely. AI and generative design are huge areas of innovation right now.
How is AI being used? Automation.
Yeah, machine learning is starting to automate some of the more repetitive design tasks. It can analyze performance metrics, even suggest optimized solutions based on the data.
So it helps designers work faster, smarter.
Exactly. Frees them up for the more creative, high-level thinking. And generative design specifically, that's really unique.
How does that work?
It uses algorithms. You set the parameters, materials, constraints, goals, and the algorithm generates potentially thousands of design variations, exploring options much faster and more broadly than a human could alone.
Wow. So it finds solutions you might not even think of.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The real power there is the algorithm's ability to explore these vast design spaces, maybe finding forms and functions a human mind just wouldn't stumble upon. It really pushes the boundaries of what's optimal.
That's pretty mind-blowing. Okay, any other big trends?
One more that I think has huge long-term impact, the integration of this software into education and e-learning.
Getting these tools into schools and training programs.
Exactly. It's about fostering the next generation of skilled designers. We're seeing it in STEM programs, specialized digital modeling courses online.
So students get hands-on experience early.
Yeah, with industry-grade tools. It lays the groundwork for a tech-savvy workforce that's ready to hit the ground running and drive future innovation. I actually know an instructor who was saying how students who used to struggle with 2D concepts are now just intuitively getting complex assemblies because they can interact with the 3D models.
It changes how you learn, doesn't
It
it?
really does. A fundamental shift.
Wow. What a journey we've taken then through this 3D design software market. I mean, from architecture and construction, gaming worlds, right through to AI and cloud collaboration.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground.
It's really clear this market is just constantly redefining how we imagine design and ultimately how we build the world around us.
It really is. And, as these 3D tools become more accessible, more integrated into our lives, even into education, it kind of raises an interesting question, doesn't it?
Go on.
Well, how might this fundamentally reshape our whole approach to creativity,
Come.
to problem solving? Will it push us to think less in flat, two dimensions, and more like, well, true digital architects of whatever future realities we're building?
Hmm. That's definitely something to think about. Thinking more like digital architects. I like that.
Food for thought.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope you out there continue exploring these really fascinating topics on your own.